blah 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 of water flow over the solar panels. Okay, what would be?
And
Okay, when you look at a text, okay, you may read continue after a wheel. Okay, water entered through a pipe. Okay, we find that through a pipe and flow. Water flow.
film,
What?
film.
Okay, good. Film. Okay. Can you see how the equation in summary completion, they mostly in the same paragraph, such as this question 21 until 30, mostly they would be in just only this paragraph, in paragraph C. So again, you need to read it carefully, and because be careful with synonym, right? Don't expect you will find the same word in the question. Okay, this is how we do that for summary completion. Okay, this is how what you can do as well for another example like this one, but you can use a synonym because this tests your understanding about variation of the vocabulary here, where you need to have a good vocabulary. And when you find the keyword, try to scan quickly. Again, for summary completion, you need to do a scanning. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, do you have a question for this type of equation? Maybe we not practice for all of the question here, just maybe one or two question, because we still have another question, type of question.
Nope.
No? Okay, we move to a matching heading. This is another type of equation in IELTS, a matching heading, where you need to match the heading of a paragraph. Maybe you can see that we have the paragraph such as the previous one, like desalinator producing clean water, such as A, B, C, D. So here you need to do how to do this type of equation. The first one, you need to do a skimming, not scanning anymore, because okay, we have here the option. We don't need to read the option first, because we read the passage first. Here we have a section A, so we read a passage section A quickly, we skim. However, in some tips may tell that you need to read the first and the last sentence in order to find out the main idea about from a paragraph. However, in some of the question, you need to do skim all of the text in order to have a general information. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. And please remember, for matching heading, they always come the first type of equation in the passage. For example, like a passage 2, like this one, they always come as the first type of equation. Why? Because it may take a long time for you, takes time to finish this type of equation, but the rest of the equation, another type of equation, for example, like matching heading, we have like 6 equation, and in one passage could be 13 equation or 14 equation. So we still have like 7 equation, another 2 types of equation later on. So it would be more convenient and easy for you because you already have the big information, the big picture, what the information provided for each paragraph. Okay, again, here how to do that, you do eliminate the option. So we try to match the option with a passage. Okay, we still using passage reading 15.3. Maybe you can open here the question, test 3 or passage 2 before we do the passage 3. But yeah, passage 2 about desalinator. Again, still the same about desalinator. Can you see that question, section A, question number 14? What do you think? Maybe you can read quickly, skim quickly the passage or paragraph A. Try to skim quickly. Let me know when you're already done. So we try to match with the heading. We eliminate with the option here. Okay.
A warm welcome for the device.
A warm welcome. I think this warm welcome for the device. Where? Or maybe try to read again here. Traveling around Thailand in 90s, William Johnson was impressed with the basic rooftop solar heating system that were on many homes where energy from the sun was absorbed by a plate and then used to heat water for domestic use. 2 decades later, Jensen developed that basic idea he saw in Southeast Asia into portable device that used the power from the sun to purify water. What do you think? It is talking about warm welcome, where a statement you say that this is the warm welcome, or any talking about financial production? No. Warm welcome? Why do you think this warm welcome for the device?
It's the third one from initial inspiration to new
Okay.
product.
Initial inspiration. Why it is initial inspiration? Okay, because Jensen find out a new idea when traveling to Southeast Asia, how to use sunlight to as desalinator to heat the water. Okay, good. So next one, paragraph B. This is how we do that. We eliminate, but try to make sure that with the option is met or not. Okay, in paragraph B, what do you think?
Warm welcome.
Warm welcome. Why this warm welcome again? Try to read it carefully. What we talking about here?
Um,
Here, the desalinator operates as a mobile desalination unit, can take water from different places. This talking about using the useful or how we use desalinator, such as the sea, rivers, boreholes, and rain, and provide it for human consumption. In particularly valuable in region, it is particularly valuable in region where natural grounding water reservoirs have been polluted, where seawater is the only water source is available. Again, Jensen saw that there was a need for sustainable way to clean water in both developing and developed countries, where he moved to United Arab Emirates to show a large-scale water processing. I was confronted with the enormous carbon footprint and Gulf nation has because of the salinity they do, he said. What would be? This is talking about financial? No. It is talking about
No.
unexpected benefit or talking about the rank potential customers for the device.
What does it mean by
What?
cleaning water from a range of sources?
Cleaning water from a range of sources, it means that this device can be used to change or to clean a water for human consumption, where before the water may be contaminated with others or not really clean, not for drinking. It is not really good for human to drink that, and this tool can change it. What do you think?
It's the answer.
What is the answer? Six.
Cleaning water from a range of sources.
Okay, cleaning water from a range of sources, because in this paragraph telling you about the variation. So this device can use for cleaning water for range of sources. Okay, this is how we do for a matching heading. Again, in matching heading, we need to read a passage or paragraph quickly to have a big picture. Maybe it will take some time for you, like maybe doing like six question for 10 minutes or maybe 12 minutes maximum. But later on, the rest of the question, it would something easy because you already know that the information provided for each of the paragraph. Okay, you have a question for this one?
Nope.
No. Okay. Maybe we try a next question. One more. Paragraph C. What do you think? Paragraph C. We already do. We already did that before in paragraph C. In previous question. What would be the heading? The title for this one. What do you think?
What makes the device different from alternatives?
Okay. Why do you choose what makes the device different from the alternative?
This says that its
Mm,
main selling point is that unlike standard desalination techniques,
okay. Good. This is really easy when you already know that, understand what the information provided in the paragraph. Because of that, try to avoid making a mistake. Just try to select or choose the option quickly. When you try to match the option with the paragraph, try to ask yourself what the information provided in the passage or a paragraph when match with the heading, with the title here on that. So you need to do that to confirm in order to classifying or confirmation the information is match or not. Okay.
okay?
Okay. Do you have a question? If there is no question, so I will move to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, no question. And next one, we have here a meeting paragraph. here in matching paragraph, where before we do it based on paragraph again, but when you look at this question, don't forget to see the information provided. Sometimes they may say that you can write more than one uh, answer, or sometime they would be you can write the information because maybe they need to uh, choose the option A until H, so they will use more than one times. So always check the instruction. Here the instruction just says that okay, you need to select the information in which paragraph. Okay, rather than doing based on the question, because we have like this 133 until 337, so rather than doing based on the question, so you can do that based on a paragraph again, and after that you match the paragraph with the question. For example, paragraph A match with the question 33, 34, 35, 6 until 7, where you can find the information provided here. Please remember the question not in order. Because of that, rather than just doing based on the question, for example, you do it by question number 33, so you try to match in which paragraph you read all of the paragraph, it will be wasting time. Because of that, I suggest you to do based on paragraph. So we start with first paragraph, for example, and after that we match in which question we can find the information, this match or not. This is how we do that for matching paragraph. Again, it is you need to have a scanning and skimming, but skimming mostly for this question. Matching paragraph and matching heading. For matching paragraph, you need to do by skimming. Okay, you have a question before we do a practice? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, I share you this material reading 16.3, so we practice for the question. This is the passage 3, reading 16.3 in passage 3. The title is Plain Thermometer Triggers Springtime Drought by Measuring Nighttime Heat. Okay, have you downloaded?
Yes, sir.
Passage 3. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so try to read the first paragraph. First paragraph. Okay, after you skim the first paragraph quickly, which information do you think from the question number 33 and 37 until 37? Any information match with this one?
Mm,
This talking about mentioned specialists can make use of the research finding. If not, we move 30, reference to potential benefit of research finding. Talking about potential benefits here.
No.
No. Next one, scientific support for the traditional saying. There is the scientific support about traditional saying, the traditional belief.
No.
No. A reference to people traditionally making plan based on plant behavior. It is about, there is explanation about how people use the traditional plans based, make the traditional plans based on the plant behavior.
Reference to people.
Any? No. How about the last one? A reference to where the research has been reported. What do you think?
Yes.
Any import?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you say yes? What is the reason for a yes?
Because it came from the University of Cambridge.
Okay, good. Okay. So try to continue with paragraph B and C and the race. What do you think? Any information? Okay, 33 until 36. Before you do that, can you see that rather than doing based on the question, it could be easy doing based on a paragraph. Why? Because when you do that by a question, it will be takes time for you, and you will
Mm.
read and read again the same paragraph. Because of that, to save your time, try to do that based on paragraph.
Alright.
Okay. How about paragraph B? There is information here made with the question. If there is no information in paragraph B met with the question, so we move to paragraph C. Or you find that paragraph B, there is information matched with the question.
Or
Hmm?
C.
Okay, paragraph C. Okay. What the information do you have here in paragraph C? And which question do you think in paragraph C? What? 33. There is information mention specialist or use research finding. I think no.
No.
Reference to potential benefit of research finding. There is information about potential benefit of research finding, reference potential benefit?
Hmm?
No. Okay, scientific support for the traditional saying.
Um, yeah.
Why? Or maybe you can look at question 36 as well. Refund people traditionally making plans based on a planned behavior. They make a planning based on the planned behavior. Which one is match? Do you think it is match with 35 or 36? If you confused to choose that, you need to look back in order to clarify the information. What do you think? Here, farmers,
Oh,
gardeners have known for 100 years how responsive plants are to temperature. Warm winter cause many trees and flowers to bud early. Something humans have long used to predict weather and harvest time for the coming year. This latest
uh,
research. So, what do you think?
56.
36. So again, if you confused and also not sure how to choose the question, try to read again, because here maybe 35 and 36, okay, maybe traditional saying it is like traditional belief, you may confuse this the information talking about this one, but where you can find a scientific support for traditional saying. There is
Alright.
no scientific support about that in this paragraph. So it means that this is not the answer. So the best answer for this is 36. Okay, try to the next question. Maybe try next paragraph D. What do you think of paragraph D?
Um, D4.
34. Okay, why it is 34?
This is the. It also functions as the internal thermometer in plant cells could help us breed tougher crops.
Okay, so a different potential benefit of research finding.
Yep, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Do you have a question for this type of question? Matching paragraph?
So, s- uh, so it is possible that one paragraph did not include anything from the question.
Yeah, it could be because uh, such as this one, you can see that the number of paragraph here more than 6 or 7 paragraphs. Good. Okay, like one on A until H here, but the question just only 6 question of 5 questions sometimes. It means that the number paragraph would be more than the question. So the best way to do that, again, you need to practice. So my suggestion, in order to improve your uh, reading score and reading skill, try to practice, push yourself by doing a drilling using a timer. When you, because you need to read quickly, and after you read the passage, for example, read a paragraph, if you think that there is no information on it match with the question, move to the next question. This is how you do that, but you need to practice in order to improve your timing. Okay,
Alright.
so more question before we move.
No.
Okay, that's good. So we can move to a next question. Okay, and we come to a multiple choice. For a multiple choice, this is the question for multiple choice. This the same like previous one in listening, where two model. The first model where you need to select two answer for two questions. So this is the first type. And the second type where you just need to select one option or one answer for three or four options. How to do that? Again, after you highlight the keyword, here it is really important to highlight the keyword before in matching information and matching heading. We don't need to highlight the keyword in the question. We can do that directly to the passage, but here we need to highlight a keyword. After we highlight the keyword, so we look at the, the specific information. We do scanning. Sorry. We do scanning. So we scan the specific information. For example, like this question, which two of following statement does the writer make about discoveries of Barrett's team? Barrett's team. So we find discoveries of Barrett teams. This is our keyword. So we scan it into our paragraph. So we do a scanning for multiple choice. Okay. We still use a reading 16.3. Maybe you can open passage 2. Okay, reading passage 2. Climate change reveal ancient artifact in Norway's glaciers. Okay. Try to do question 23 and 24.
Alright. 3.
And 24. Where do we find the information about discoveries of Barrett's team? Be careful, maybe you find the Barrett's team, but not telling about discovery. So our keyword is a discovery of Barrett's team. 23 and 24. In which paragraph?
Which to make a difference.
Maybe we start from the first paragraph. If there is information about Barrett's team, so you move to second or paragraph B, paragraph C, or paragraph D, paragraph E, or paragraph F, G, and H. Try to scan quickly. You don't need to read like doing skimming. Just try to find out Barrett's team. What do you think? Where you can find the information about Barrett's team? In which paragraph?
See?
Okay. C. And what else? Okay, you find C. If you don't find in the same paragraph, move to the next paragraph. They will not be in order, so you need to read carefully.
B.
Okay. Why? Give me the reason for choosing C and B. Where do you find it?
Uh, for B,
Yeah.
found it in paragraph graph after.
Paragraph F. Okay. Which sentence do you think? When which sentence?
But it turned out that hunters kept regularly venturing into the mountains
Okay.
even when the climate turned cold.
Climate turned cold based on amount of the stuff they had apparently dropped. here. So because of that, you choose hunter went into the mountains event during periods of extreme cold. Okay, good. For choosing C.
C. Uh, also F. Wait. For C. E.
Okay, in paragraph E, what is the reason for choosing C? What do you think?
But there were few or no signs of activity during other periods.
Okay, good. So the answer is C. But there were few or no sign activity during that period. But here, the sentence, they found that some period had produced a lot of artifact, which indicates that people have been pretty active in the mountains during those times. But there were few or no sign of activity during other periods. So the number of artifact from certain time period was relatively low. Okay. Can you see here after doing a practice with this example? Can you see how we do that with question multiple choice? We do
Yes.
scanning rather than doing skimming. We need to scan the information, our keyword, with a passage. And please remember, because such as this one where you need to select the two correct answer out of 5 options, they will not be in order for the option. So either question 23 or 24, no, will not be in order. So you can select and also find the answer, but the quiz in the passage, absolutely the first answer you can find in the, for example, you already find the first answer in paragraph E. Maybe the following answer would be in the following passage or following paragraph, so you don't need to read a previous paragraph. Is how we do that. As long as you can select the keyword, the right keyword, so you can select and also choose the correct answer. Okay, do you have a question?
No.
Okay, if you don't have a question, I think this the last one, we have a short answer. In this type of a question, for the short answer, we do scanning again, not doing skimming, but scanning. So we scan the keyword in the passage. So read the question. For example, here no more than 3 words as the instruction, so the answers no more than 2 words. So you need to select the keyword. So what would be our keyword for the question 11?
It's what passage is that?
Uh, reading. Okay, I shared it with you. Sorry. This one. Okay, wait a minute. This one. 16.4. first passage, 16.4.
Alright.
Okay.
Mm,
In 16.4, the first passage. So here the keyword, what would be our keyword for question number 11?
the loud coyote mines.
The located mines in Wales. So try to find out where the location, this one. So the question, what type of mineral? And for short answer, this type of question could be just only one paragraph, but you need to look at the keyword and scan the keyword quickly. If you couldn't find in the first paragraph, move the second until the end.
Done. Mm, Wayne.
What?
Wayne.
Where do you find it?
Page 83.
83. Okay. Which paragraph in 83?
Second paragraph.
A second paragraph, where the information about the locality mines in Wales.
The tunnel route was determined by the mineral vein.
So, what would be types of mineral where the locality mines in Wales built to extract what? What? Tunnel used to mine what? This the locality mines
Gold.
in Wales.
Gold.
Gold. So the answer is gold. Okay.
Oh,
Next paragraph. And next question. In addition to the pattern, whose name may be carved onto a tunnel, what would be the answer?
whose name? What is a pattern?
Patron, the name here.
In addition to the pattern, it's a name.
Yeah.
Mm, Architect.
Architect. Okay. Which line do you find in the last paragraph? In contrast, the rate of advance, this one, most tunnel had inscription showing the name of patron who ordered construction, had sometimes the name of architects. So the answer is architect. Okay. Last one. What part of Seleucia Pieria was the Catholic tunnel built to protect? What? To protect what? This tunnel.
So secret.
Still, okay. If you read carefully in the rest of the passage, in the rest of paragraph, the information there, Seleucia Pieria was the Catholic tunnel built to protect what?
What part of was this? So, what part?
Yeah, what part of Seleucia Pieria was Catholic tunnel built to protect? So this tunnel, Catholic tunnel, built to protect what?
Flood water.
Uh, to protect what? Not flood water, but to protect what?
Protect.
Protect what from flood water? What the tunnel used to protect? Blah 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 from flood water threatening.
To protect the ancient city.
Ancient city is Seleucia Peria, yeah. But this a part of Seleucia Peria. What would be a part of Seleucia Peria? Yeah,
Harbor.
harbor. So the answer is to protect the harbor. Be careful
Oh,
because a part of Seleucia Peria is harbor because not ancient city. Ancient city itself is Seleucia Pieria. So the answer is harbor because harbor is a part of Seleucia Pieria. Okay, this the last material I think. So you have a question? No question?
nope.
No. Okay, I will post a post test. I hope you can do that before uh, 5 of May. So after that, I can give you the result from your post test. I will post in Google Classroom. Maybe you can access to the Google Classroom. You can do that by tomorrow because I will post it tomorrow. Please do that for listening, reading, writing, as well as speaking. So you can submit the recording as well from the speaking in that Google Classroom.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, okay. Before I close my class, I would like to ask you if you have any